Boogie, drop that beat.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Talking Out Loud with Miss Talkative. Everything I say is my own opinion, alleged, and strictly entertainment purposes. Remember, I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think. Y'all, you know how it was stated that MARSAU loves his camera time and he don't care who he got to go up against on an episode on Love and Marriage Huntsville as long as he get camera time, because MARSAU has to have his check. And the more he is, the more scenes he in, I guess the bigger the check. And even though Tisha try to act like, you know, she's not pressed or she don't want to be there, she wants to be there, because she could have bowed out at any time and said, nope, this is not for me. I don't want to do reality TV anymore, or whatever. But seeing as though they enjoy their camera time and they always try to big up their check, it seems to me that Love and Marriage Huntsville may be on his last leg. I don't know. I'm just wondering, because, you know, all the things that's going on surrounding the show. Maurice trying to sue content creators, Carlos striking channels, and going against Melody, who is the star of the show yet again. So I'm going to say that the show may be on his last leg. So what I did was I made a list of shows that maybe the Scotts may benefit from after Love and Marriage Huntsville, that can continue to not only keep MARSAU with camera time and in the loop of getting a check. It could also possibly help them learn a couple things. So my list is in no particular order, but, you know, and I'm sure that there are other shows that they may want to try out for, or that may be beneficial to them. But the ones that I picked, they just came off the top of my head, the ones that I can think of right now. So the first show that I thought of that the Scotts can go on, benefit from, and actually learn something from is Bar Rescue. It's like, if they go on Bar Rescue, they can learn a couple of things. It may be some harsh lessons and a big dose of reality, but they can actually learn some things, get checked, get put in their place. And because I didn't see them people get hollered at and stuff like that, but they always come out in the end with a fresh start for their business. These people come in, clean up their business, show them different things that they're not doing, and they actually put it in their face. So who would benefit even more so than the Scotts from getting a life lesson in business, where MARSAU think that he already know everything? I would love to see them on Bar Rescue, where somebody is actually checking them and putting MARSAU in his place. And then once Black gets the doors back open, maybe they can apply whatever they've learned, if they actually pay attention to continuously run their own business. The next show that I thought that they might benefit from is Survivors. If they could stick out a season of Survivors, then they could benefit, because Survivors is a show where the people have to actually rough it, and they have to think, and they have to, you know, bring some ideas and stuff like that, and they in competition with other casts. But seeing as though that the Scotts love to steal other people's ideas and stuff like that, I don't think that they would make it a whole season. But what it will do is show them that they are no competition for other people, and they need to leave people alone. And mostly they'll be able to copy some other people's ideas, since they love to copy other people's stuff or whatever. They love to mock them. So they may they're not going to walk away with a grand prize or anything, but at least it may teach them some life skills, and where they can walk away with some other people ideas, seeing as, and they can start claiming them as their own, like they do everything else. Another show that I thought that would be beneficial to the Scotts, Cheaters. I believe the Scotts would the numbers would go through the roof if they actually got on Cheaters, because what is Tisha always saying? She got too much to lose, and she's not going to do anything unless the evidence of MARSAU cheating was to be put in her face. So I believe with the show Cheaters, and when they drive her to that to catch MARSAU actually cheating, if that's not putting it in her face, then I don't know what is. They will, and regardless if she chooses to stay with him or not, even though we know she will, at least it'll be put in her face. And then, because right now, with them not having a business to run, she ain't got nothing to lose, right? So that excuse is off the table of why she don't want to investigate or hear the truth about MARSAU. So I think Cheaters would be beneficial to them. Another show that came to mind for the Scotts to try out, Marriage Boot Camp. I think that when they had the therapist on Love and Marriage Huntsville, either their scenes were cut out of them talking to him, or because MARSAU said that he did not want a therapist, didn't need a therapist, that's why the good doctor is no longer on there. But nonetheless, if they go on Marriage Boot Camp, they can actually find out some things about themselves, and it's where they don't have to blame it on other people of trying to comfort their marriage, ruin their marriage and stuff, because everything that they say or do will be challenged and thrown back in their face on Marriage Boot Camp. Plus, they do have therapists on this show. They can actually, maybe, possibly, but try to get through to Tisha of looking at her marriage for what it actually is. And if she chooses to stay with it, then that's on her. But at least they won't be able to call the people out and say other people are coming for their marriage. So I think Marriage Boot Camp would do them some justice. Another show that I think that they could possibly benefit from, America's Worst Cook. Now, I know Tisha's not a cook, MARSAU not a cook or whatever, but Wanda tries to be a cook. And if they take Wanda on America's Worst Cook and they become her assistants, and all Wanda got to do is get up there and make that crackling dressing, that cornbread or dressing crackling, whatever she making, whatever she cook, I'm quite sure she got a good chance of winning the grand prize, which is $25,000. And seeing as though Wanda is in need of getting that food truck up and running, and the Scotts can use some money to get out of their legal woes allegedly, I think if they take Wanda on America's Worst Cook, they may have a chance of splitting $25,000. I know it's not a lot. I know it's not going to get them out of debt, but at least it'll be a start. I'm just saying, if worst come to worst, where they're no longer on Love and Marriage Huntsville, these are some shows that they could possibly get a guest spot on, that they could actually learn something from or whatever, or it'll probably be beneficial to them. And another show is that I thought about for them is Celebrity Fit Club. Seeing as though they don't have money to continue to set aside or a business to apply for a new loan, Tisha may not be able to keep her standing appointment allegedly for her BBL re-up. We know that because some episodes we see Tisha where she have a bulging gut, or or sometimes she's looking like, okay, she's physically fit. So we all know at times that, the only way for Tisha to keep that up, and I mean, she could say, because we know she ain't going to no gym. So we know that she is making them standing appointments for the upkeep of that BBL. So with them maybe needing to put that to an end so they can save some money, put that money somewhere else. Or maybe they just don't have the money anymore to continue the upkeep. Maybe if they get on Celebrity Fit, MARSAU couldn't actually get himself in shape where he don't have to wear a girdle, allegedly. And Tisha don't have to keep on going back getting them shots or getting that fat sucked out her stomach, allegedly, ever so often. But another show I think that would do them some justice is Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Because Tisha, she hangs her hat on them 3 degrees, and she wants everybody to know that she is so smart with them 3 degrees that she has, regardless of her misspelled words, her run-on sentences, her mispronouncing words. She wants everybody to know how smart she is. Not to mention, MARSAU already thinks that he's smarter than everybody else that he's come in contact with. Well, no, MARSAU think he's the smartest person there ever was. So I really think that if they went on the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I believe that them people would run circles, them kids would run circles around both Tisha and MARSAU and put them in their place, because MARSAU won't be able to talk in circles, and it's only one right answer. So even with them teaming up, I think them 5th graders gonna get them a run for their money, where MARSAU can finally see that sometimes he do need to shut up, and maybe Tisha can stop waving them 3 degrees around that she's not even putting to use. Another show that I think they'll benefit, well, it may not benefit them, but it'll benefit the people. American Greed. Because, American Greed go from the beginning to the end, or where they end up. And maybe the people will finally get the truth and get some insight on what the Scotts were up to, what they were doing, even though we know it behind the scenes. But for people that don't watch the show don't follow Love and Marriage Huntsville on social media, and they just watch the show, then this will let them know that exactly who the Scotts really were. And they will be exposed, even because Carlos won't be around to protect them or to edit or anything, because American Greed gonna give it all to you, everything from beginning to end. So I feel like that's a great show. And another show, I think that, well, we're gonna have to add a title onto this one, but Love is Blind. Now I know that Love is Blind is geared around single couples trying to date and stuff like that. But I think if they go Love is Blind, the marriage edition, and include the Scotts, where they could actually date each other and let people see them actually going through their marriage and stuff like that, and their everyday life, I think that they will actually they will actually be able to see that maybe they're not, either their love is strong, their marriage is strong, or they'll see how Tisha will actually see how blind she really is to her marriage. Now, lastly, the two shows that I think that that would be beneficial to the Scotts, but I only chose them based off names alone. I don't know. I've never watched either show, but I put these two together only because I just like the name of the show. And the first one is Obsessed, because we all know that the Scotts are obsessed with Melody. They love to mock her, love to mimic her and stuff. And even Wanda is obsessed with Melody, to the point where they continue to copy her and shade her all at the same time. But they only shade her because they need a deflection from, people seeing that how obsessed they are with her. And the last one, like I said, I only pulled these two in based off name alone, because I have not watched them, is The Real World. Because the Scotts, they need a dose of their own reality. They've gotten so caught up with pretending and lying on TV and having someone protect them from themselves, that I believe that a dose of The Real World, it may do them some good. And even if it don't wake them up, at least I will get a cackle out of seeing them out there in the world surviving without Carlos, seeing them surviving without Wanda coming up to clear things up, being their mouthpiece and trying to explain to us, trying to convince us that we didn't just see and hear what we just seen and heard. And she tried to switch it up with, and try to give us excuses for whatever the Scotts got going on. But like I say, after the Scotts appear on a couple of these shows, either they will get a clear picture of or some dose of reality, but even if they don't, it'll give me a good cackle, a good laugh as to who they really are, we know who they really are, but it'll give me a good laugh, trying to see them try to work their way and try to move throughout these shows or whatever, because we all know that they are good at pretending and deflecting and stuff like that. And these shows may bring out the real Scotts. And since they always want to, MARSAU always want to be on TV or whatever, and actually it'll show them that, it'll show us how they actually survive without Carlos, without Wanda, without being protected. And that's just my opinion. I'm just talking out loud. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Let me know what you think.